Lamplight presents The Flowers of the Field by Sarah Harrison, narrated by Gabrielle Glaister. Chapter 1. Great heavens! She's astounding! Thus, in typical fashion, did Ralph Tennant welcome his second child into the world on the 30th of September, 1892. On the first-floor landing at 20 Ranelagh Road, London, SW. The baby was indeed astounding, being nearly 2 feet long, weighing 10.5 pounds, and sporting a shock of precociously abundant black hair. Her eyes, which were wide open, were as bright and as steadfast as boot buttons. Her long-fingered hands waved and clutched like demented sea anemones, and her mouth, also wide open, emitted a cry of deafening intensity. Her small uvula was clearly to be observed, flickering redly in the black cavern of her throat. Ralph took her from the nurse and held her up before him, his big hands clasped round her torso just below the armpits. The infant stopped crying. Her large head, whose crest of dark hair made it resemble a rather suffused turnip, sank into her shoulders, but even as it wobbled uncertainly there, she returned her father's look with one of sturdy, sightless defiance, and her legs pedalled the air energetically beneath the enveloping lacy shawl. "A wonder," declared Ralph, smiling seraphically at the nurse. "A goddamned wonder. What do you say?" "A beautiful baby girl, sir," responded the nurse properly. "Are you beautiful?" inquired Ralph of his daughter, cradling her on his left arm and gazing down at her scarlet face. "No, but you may be." He pushed the baby's head gently to this side and that with his forefinger. There were still little scabs of dried blood and mucus in the convolutions of the ears, and the black hair was partly matted with the same debris of the battle of birth. "May I look, father?" 5-year-old Aubrey Tennant was in his nightshirt, for it was 9 o'clock at night. His feet were bare, and as he spoke he lifted one of them and rubbed it up and down the opposite calf, hoping by friction to get some warmth back into it, for he was cold. He had been listening and lurking at his bedroom door for the past 2 hours, filled with anxiety and foreboding. He could not in his...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?